Hi, folks. Rick Berube here on this lovely Tuesday after President's Day, after Valentine's Day, right? Feeling the love? Hopefully you did. Okay. All right. And
Hopefully they
today
did.
we are very fortunate to have, with us Gustavo Chavez from our Summerlin office. Welcome, Gustavo.
Hi guys. Yeah, thanks for watching. Oh, great, man.
He's
I feel like I'm on
yeah.
Ellen.
That's a yeah. It's very similar to that, yes. Except here's the deal. You're a busy man, which we're going to get into. But not only are you busy at real estate, you obviously have you have a 14-month-old and a brand new baby as we speak. Correct? That's why you're hiding upstairs right now.
I'm hiding upstairs in my son's room because, yeah, I actually have a 16-year-old, 14-year-old, 15-month-old, and a 3-week-old. So
Yeah.
yes, I'm definitely busy with that side of life. There's also 2 dogs involved. I don't know if I mentioned that, but there's 2 dogs. My wife, and then we have the yeah. So we're busy.
Yeah. You're busy. Yeah. Too bad you couldn't have Michelle come up and say hi to us, but she's part of the team too, so we know that.
Yep.
Absolutely. Okay, so look, I wanted you to be on here today because you've, in the last 4 years, we've been working together. I'm not taking the credit for it, obviously, but we've been working together. You have gone from, decent production to doing pretty damn good. So tell us a little about your progression. I think they'd love to hear that today.
Yeah, so definitely my first year was a scary year. I didn't do anything my very first year. I was terrified. It was like that dog trying to chase a car, and then once you caught it, what would you do with it? I kind of felt like that. So then I just decided, you know what? I'm just gonna do one deal, just gonna get it done, and then I'll might quit and then go do something else, right? So it didn't happen that way. I did one deal, and in the midst of that deal, somebody else called, and I said, well, then I'll just finish these off. And little by little, it just started moving forward. It wasn't as scary as I thought. Then I just started really hitting those open houses. I just drank the Kool-Aid, as they say. I drank the Kool-Aid, and I just started doing the open houses, and I started getting on my flyers, and I started door knocking. I tried everything, and then open houses seemed to work for me.
That's great. Yeah, I remember early on in our coaching, a lot of times I'd be talking to you, you'd be like, hold on a second, I'm going to put another sign out. Hold on a second, I
Yep.
got to open the door. Right. So you did open houses like almost all day, every day, didn't you?
Yes, I did. I thought that that if I did an open house, during the day, like from 10 to 4, 5, 6 o'clock, depending on the traffic, if I did that 5 times or 6 times a week, that I was going to have an opportunity to meet more people, which was the hardest part to do. Is how do you meet 30 people a day or 20 people a day based on what kind of goals you have. I thought if I did that, then I could definitely get in front of people in the easiest way. The easiest way was just put signs out, which is not that easy, but put signs out on a windy day, put sandbags, put balloons out, and then just do it every day consistently. You get to know the neighbors, you get to know the neighborhood, and you pick up a lot of experience very quickly by doing it, 6 times a day or 6 times a week, that many hours a day. So it was great, and I didn't have to do it for an entire year to start getting a good amount of business from it.
Yeah. You started getting business right away from it, and then it just kept on accumulating and accumulating from there. And now you don't do a lot of open houses. You're on to other things because you have a pipeline full of people, repeat and referral business, right?
Yes, actually, all my business now has been coming from uh, referrals. It's funny how that works. You work hard, and they start to send you one person, they send you another person, um, and now I just reach back out to them and say, hey, how are you guys doing? you know the market's really good, interest rates are really good, you guys should refinance, or how is this going to affect your family in a positive way, like what can I do to help you? And they're grateful for that, because this is what I do, and so I consistently know what's happening, and they don't. So when I reach back out to them and let them know, hey, this is something you might want to take advantage of, they're like, wow, thanks a lot. And then they say, hey, I've got a friend, or I've got this, or I'm kind of thinking maybe now it's a time to start investing again, or for the first time, which is great. Then we start talking, and that's how it works.
Yeah, that's great. That's great. And I think it's also the statement you made earlier. I think it's also really good for them to hear because I know I've been in this business for 2 years. I was I sold 17 my first year, 23 my second. Then I went to a convention and learned the beginning of how I teach how to do it today. And I remember thinking, I'm going to give this a year. And if it really doesn't get good in a year, I'm going to become, an accountant. No, I'm kidding about the accountant. I'm going to become something else. And then, not even, 6, 7 months into it, I was like, this is definitely the way. And it's good for them to hear also that you were thinking, I'm going to do a deal and then I'm going to get out of this. And then it just kept rolling because I know that you and I are not the only two that ever felt like that in real estate. You wake up one day and you go, is this really for me? Right?
Yeah. Yeah. It's, when I started, I was in the service industry for about 20 years. I loved being a waiter, bartender, host, all that stuff. But I really liked being a waiter because it was the easiest of all of those positions. But yeah, when I started, somebody asked me to send them an email. I didn't even know where to find my email. They asked me to attach a PDF to it, and I almost lost my mind. Then they came back and said, "Hey, can you CC this person as well?" And I thought, you know what, I should leave now because this is not going to work for me. That's how like bad I felt about like how little I knew about anything. So I got through that. That was like the biggest hurdle, right? Getting through the technology, just the small, like people think that because I'm younger that I should know these things, but I never worked in it. So once I got over that hump, then my next big hump was, am I going to quit without doing one deal? Like that's kind of embarrassing. And so I just said to myself, and that's the power of positive, or I don't know if it was positive thinking or if it was just making that decision. And I
Right.
just said, I'm going to just do one deal so that I can at least walk away with, some pride, that I close one deal and I'll walk away and I'll be done because this is not for me. It's just not it. That's just not the type of person that I am, you know?
That's
So,
funny.
yeah,
That's
yeah, it
funny.
is. It
All
is
of a
because I
sudden,
look
it
back on
became
it.
you. It
Yeah.
is true though, because of your age, they automatically assume you know everything about the computer, you know everything about social media, right? Because you're younger, and they think
Yeah.
that. It's not everybody. Let's put it this way. I coach some people that are younger than me that I know more about the computer and social media, which is
Yeah.
kind of scary because I've just all learned that stuff. Especially social media is like brand new to me. When
Right.
I say brand new, I've been doing this for 36 years. The last 4 or 5 years, I've been in social media, so it's a whole new thing.
Right. Yeah, social media definitely. I mean, I still ask my wife like, okay, I posted this, but is it on my feed or are people looking at it? How what am I doing? And she goes, what do you want to do? And I said, well, I want this to happen. And she goes, oh, okay. So then you got to do this and you got to do that. And I'm like, okay. It's still not like that's not my forte, my strong suit, whatever. My strong suit is just, I just got to get in front of people. How do I do that? I just wake up in the morning. How do I get in front of people? What do I do? And
Yeah.
you know,
I think it's
that's it.
important to say that Michelle is part of you guys are a team together, so that's important. And she definitely probably is the social media brains of the two of you, right?
She's the brains. She always says that I just have a ton of ideas, but she puts the ideas she gives them life, So I say, hey, how can I do this? And she goes, okay, this is how we do it, and she really makes it happen. So it's fun. It's fun for me now because I have somebody who can help me to achieve my goals. As I don't have to fear like, how am I going to do this? I just come up with these ideas like, hey, I want to be part of a big outdoor event. Like we did several years ago with Daniel Tiger for
Yeah.
PBS. Like, how do I get in front of? How do I make that connection with those folks, and how do I get in front of those or be part of this? And we did it. And it was so much fun, and it was because my wife. I just say, hey, I want to do this, and he goes, okay, go talk to this person, go do this, and I'm like, okay,
Good for you. He takes direction
yeah,
well. Yeah, this is
yes,
good. And Michelle obviously knows that, so that's good. All right,
yeah.
so then and you even do a little what do you do with your homes? What do you call that when you rent them out? I can't even think of the name right now.
Oh, the Airbnb.
Airbnb too. You do a little of that too on the side too, don't you?
Yes, actually, and I've gotten some business from that, from actually real estate agents here and from other states because the rules and the regulations and everything that goes along with running an Airbnb, and you only know that if you do it, right? So
Mm.
you'll know what to look for and you know what to expect. And because we do it, some real estate agents have reached out to me and asked me, for information. Then they just say, you know what, I don't think I want to take this on. Sounds like a lot. Why don't you just give me a referral fee and I'll pass the client on? I'm like, great, that's fantastic. So I built some business off of there. Yeah, so running an Airbnb, it's fun, but again, there's a lot you have to know, you have to keep up with because the ordinance change, and you got to keep up with that. So yeah,
Yeah.
that's another part of my business.
Something you got to be really knowledgeable about, especially if you're going to give advice on it, for sure. Absolutely. Okay,
Right.
so what is the goal for the team? And I know because you have a few people on your team, you may want to, before we do that, tell them about your team, who's on it, how many people, and so forth, please.
Yeah. Right now, there's only 3 of us. Actually, there's 4 of us now. I just hired somebody about less than a month ago, so she'll be joining, and we'll be doing posts and things of that nature. I'm excited for her. But I have my wife. I also have my sister. Her name is Alma Sandra Chavez, and she's been in sales for a long time. So I thought, I don't want to compete with my sister, so I might as well bring her onto my team. So I brought her on, and she's doing good. She's doing great. She's out there doing open houses, and I tell her what I did, and she's out there doing her thing. I also have, like I said, a new team associate. Her name's Maribel Chavez, Team Chavez. And then I'm hoping to hire one more person in a couple of months. And that is actually a past client's daughter who herself got into real estate just recently and is looking to, she's looking for mentorship, somebody to help her. So she asked me if I could. I told her absolutely. So we're hoping to bring her on as well. The team has only been around really for about 2 years. It was a focus of mine for the moment to try to brand or kind of leave behind a legacy for my kids, that they might want to get into. But Team Chavez, I wanted that brand just to be out there for the Las Vegas Valley, so people can think of someone they could trust, they can go to us. But really quickly, I found out, hey, it's a lot of work. So I had to kind of redirect my focus on what am I going to do? Am I going to be selling real estate, helping buy real estate, or am I going to be focusing on growing the team? So now the team is kind of growing organically, naturally, without me trying to go after growing it. So that's the team.
That's great. That's great. And what is the team? What is the team goal for the calendar year of 2021?
So I know my sister is trying to get up there, but my personal goal is $250,000 for 2021. That's my GCI, and that's what I'm hoping to do for this year with the babies and with everything else going on. That's my goal. Yeah, I haven't really talked to the team, and I'll be honest with you. I talked to my sister about what she's doing. I keep tabs on her, but I have brand new agents, and my wife right now is dealing with the baby. So my goal is $250,000, and then the team has a separate goal.
Gotcha. So in order to do 250,000 gross commissions, how many transactions are you going to have to do individually?
Individually, so me, I'm gonna have to do roughly about 20 deals for the year.
Okay.
24, depending on the price point. We see some commissions out there that 2.5. You see 2. Man, I just went to a new builder. They don't even pay a commission, so they give you a flat referral fee. So I'm learning as I go, as far as having to kind of adjust that. But definitely have my board here with my sellers and with my buyers, and I know I can achieve that this year if I just stay on track with the amount of people that I have. So if I could do 2 deals a month, it's very simple. I can get to that goal.
2 deals a month for 250. Those are right numbers for Las Vegas, and then whatever the team does on top of that as well. And Michelle does all that. Okay, good. All right, good. So my favorite question for dealing, for somebody like I said, you went from I think I'm going to leave the business and to running a team, doing very well last year. You guys did well, and having a really good goal for this year. What are the 3, like if you could tell them the 3 most important things that you had to focus on in order to have that happen, what would they be?
Yeah, I would have made that decision a lot sooner of like, hey, you know what? Let's just do 1 deal and get out. Because I think that mindset really is, you have to have that mindset of, look, I'm just going to get it done. So that was something really important. I think I would have just, not been too afraid to do it a lot sooner. The other thing is, once I did do the deal, was get all the information from the client, their birthdays or anniversaries, things of that nature. I failed to do at that time. I think it was just, inexperience. That's a great way just to go back and really just reconnect with the clients. And the next thing I would have done a lot sooner was put up this board that I have now in my house. It really helps me visualize things. For me, there's a million things going through my mind on a daily basis, and I can't organize myself correctly unless I write all these things out and I could see them. So the board is like, it's
Your
it's
visual reminder.
unbelievable.
Yeah.
You just don't know how valuable this little thing is. It's $10, $20, whatever it costs. But it is like income producing because it's I know exactly what I'm doing, when I'm doing it, how to
Right.
follow up. That is just an amazing tool.
So make a decision. That's one of my favorites. Make a decision. I love that one. Number 2, start working on, be detailed and organized about your CRM right from the beginning. You don't have to be doing this for 10 years to get organized about your CRM. As a matter of fact, most top producers I talk to say that very same thing. I would have started my CRM faster. So that's a really good point, especially with our VAC 2.0. You have no excuse not to be super organized and on purpose about it. Okay? And then another one of my favorites you just said was put your goals in writing and in front of you. Give yourself a visual reminder. That's so important. I love it. I love it. That's great stuff. Anything you want to add to that, Gustavo?
No, I'm just whoever's out there and is watching this and is thinking like maybe they have an idea or a thought like I did, like, oh my God, is this really for me? I tell my kids all the time, real estate isn't who I am. I get to put in all of my strengths into developing the type of business that I want to run. And for me, I have all of these ideas that I want to implement. And so real estate gives me that opportunity to do that. So if I want to meet with business professionals at the highest ranks, like, I can do that. I can put in my 2 cents, my personality into this. And that's really what kind of now allows me to think beyond like, this is a job. It's not a job. I am who I am, and I get to be who I am in this business. And that allows me to generate business because of that. So we all get to do it in separate ways. So I just say, just keep your goals simple, write stuff down, and, be yourself.
Yeah. I was just going to say, I'm hearing that. Be authentic, be yourself. My joke is be yourself, everyone else is taken. So be yourself. It's kind of important. Right? And you can. That's the thing about real estate is you can do the business within your personality. Meaning like for you, the way to get out of the gate in the game was massive open houses all day, every day, pretty much from the morning, at night, whether it's windy or raining, or most of the time it's pretty nice. It's really weird the way we go through these windy phases here. And then for months, it's nothing and you forget about it. And then all of a sudden you need your sandbags again.
Yep. Exactly.
All right, my man. Well, listen, make sure you say hi to Michelle. I know she's busy on baby duty there, but make sure you tell her we said hello. I really appreciate you taking 20 minutes of your morning this morning. I'm sure some people got some good stuff out of this. So I really appreciate you taking your time, my man.
Yeah, thank you. I appreciate this time as well.
All right, buddy. Awesome. Thank you. Everybody, we're doing this again on Thursday. Mark your calendar. Gustavo, thank you very much, my man. Really appreciate it. See you, everybody.
All right. Take care, guys.